I'm Liv.
And I'm Luke.
And this is our Jimny Daisy.
And we've just spent the past week in the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park.
We spent 3 nights in Nossob, which is in the north on the South Africa side, and 3 nights in the south at Rooiputs, which is on the Botswana side.
We've had some incredible sightings and we can't wait to show you what we've seen.
But before we do, let's rewind back to the beginning.
We have arrived at the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park.
When you arrive at the Kalahari, you need to check in at the Rooiputs and reception. So this is where you will just make sure that your booking is all set and get your park permits. We have bought a couple's wild card, which costs 1,450 Rand at the time of filming, and that covers us for our park fees. We've worked out that this is cheaper to do than to pay a single park fee per person per day. So we're going to go check in and hand over our passports and wild card now.
Thank you very much. You too. Let's go.
What's your first guess?
What we'll see or predator-wise? I think first thing we'll see will be a hensbok. First predator will be a lion.
Daisy to Doris, do you hear us?
Doris to Daisy, we can hear you.
Welcome to the Kalahari.
The drive from the Rooiputs entrance gate to Nossob took us most of the day, and unfortunately through the toughest hours for game viewing, the blazing heat of midday. During these peak sun hours, most animals retreat deep into the shade to escape the sun. Even so, the Kalahari still had surprises in store. We were treated to an incredible number of owl sightings, which was very special. As we neared the Nossob gate, the light began to soften and we entered that golden hour, the magic window for wildlife sightings. And right on cue, the Kalahari delivered. A cheetah with 4 teenage cubs, a breathtaking way to end the day's drive.
Kgalagadi is a transfrontier park, which means that it crosses more than one country. In this case, it is in South Africa and Botswana. So it is different from the Kalahari, which is the greater desert area, whereas the Kgalagadi is part of the national parks group run by Sandparks. It's an extremely special place for myself and my family. We've been coming here for many years. I've been coming since I was about 10, and my parents have done about 15 trips to the Kgalagadi, so we know it fairly well at this point.
So because this is such a special place for Luke, I've come here once before with him when we were dating at the beginning of our relationship, but this is the first time that I'm coming here with him as his wife. So it is very, very special to be here together as a married couple, and we can't wait to share the magic of this truly special place with you guys in this vlog. Our first stop is Nossob campsite, which is Luke's family's favorite camp of the park. So let's show you what we get up to there.
Good morning, guys. We have just spent our first night in the Nossob Camp and have now gone off on our first morning game drive.
So we've just seen a lioness having a beautiful big drink of water, and she's now just walking down the road, and we've got this queue of cars all sort of following her, but nobody can really see anything. So we've just had a beautiful first morning game drive out at Nossob. We had an incredible lioness sighting at Kwang watering hole, and she then continued and walked along the road for a few kilometers, and we got to follow her, which was amazing. We're now back at camp, going to get some food in and have a relaxed afternoon at camp before we head out for an evening game drive. Cheers.
Game drive number 2. What's up, buddy?
Busy witnessing a cheetah sprinting towards an ostrich. We're just outside the Nossob gate. Oh, she's so far away that we can't see that.
Good morning from day 3 of our trip to the Kalahari. We've woken up bright and early and had the most gorgeous sunrise. We're heading up north again today. We are aiming to get towards Palensa. We're sitting at Kwang watering hole now, which was where we saw that beautiful lioness yesterday, but there's not much doing. But yeah, we're gonna head straight on up and see what we can find up there. We've heard some rumors that there is a pride of lion with cubs at Palensa, so let's see what we can find.
I woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. Yeah, he's in a bad way.
We have just gotten back from our rather long and rather quiet game drive, and while sitting at the last watering hole we've just been told that there was a big male lion right at the watering hole at the camp this morning at 7 o'clock, which was 20 minutes after we left. So I guess that just goes to show that it is not always about the amount of ground you cover and how early you get out, because if you wait a little bit longer the lion could be at your camp. But Livs was just getting the gate now, and I think she was a little bit nervy about the lion being around.
We're good. No lions.
We decided to not head out for an evening game drive tonight because we got reports that there was a lioness with about 4 cubs hanging around close to Nossob. And so because we heard about the sighting of the male lion at the Nossob watering hole earlier this morning, we're thinking that maybe the mom and cubs are going to try and link up with dad and come for a drink at the Nossob watering hole. So we've actually just spent a day at camp chilling out, and now it's beautiful golden hour and we are heading down to the watering hole to see what we can find.
You win some and you lose some. C'est la vie. Back to the hide we go. 5 minutes after we arrive back, we hear the lion roaring at the hide.
We're running, guys! We can hear him roaring.
What happened, Lips?
Oh my gosh, we literally were like, we'd called it, we'd come back to camp, we were like, it's done. And I was busy getting ready to go and shower and wash off the day, and we hear the lion roar. We put on shoes and ran through the campsite, huffing and puffing. We arrived at the hide, everybody was like packed in there, and this massive Kalahari male lion was there, like the dark black, what do you call it, mane, black mane. And he was walking towards us, and he was exactly where we'd been looking and thinking he was sitting all day. And he came through, and he came into the light of the watering hole and just roared and drank, and it was the most beautiful, incredible sighting. He's now walking kind of along the fence. We're thinking we're maybe going to hear him at some point this evening in our sleep, and hoping that tomorrow he's going to go and meet up with a mama and cubs that are further down south, which is where we're going tomorrow, because we're heading off to Rooiputs. Morning! This is our last morning in Nossob. We just about finished packing up camp and we are going to head out the gate nice and early and drive down towards Rooiputs. Rooiputs is on the Botswana side of the Kgalagadi Transfrontier Park, which means that it's going to be unfenced, which is something I've been a little bit worried about, but I'm sure it'll be fine. But we might have some lions in the camp. The last time we're seeing a fence in a while.
They're running, they're chasing them. That was a beautiful, beautiful sighting. We were just saying that these cheetah have absolutely delivered. They've just been hanging out between Nossob Camp and Mari Sakhat, and it's the mom, the 4 cubs, and we've seen them 3 times now, and it's just been so beautiful and so special.
In the next episode, we cross over into Botswana for something even wilder, unfenced camping in the Rooiputs section of the park, where the line between camp and wilderness disappears completely. So stay tuned. The Attenboroughs on safari are just getting started.
We have arrived in Botswana at Rooiputs campsite.